Hey Aquarius, intuitive soul coach here with your November 2023 career reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you were new. These are general readings. Please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below your video. All right, welcome Aquarius. This is good for any and all placements of Aquarius in your chart. Now, what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck, you have the ornaments, and this always brings about that Sagittarian season, December energy, and this is about extra money and mature investments and celebrations. So for some of you, you may have a career in retail, beauty, finish work, or you are thinking about your retirement plans. You're making choices that are going to affect you when it comes to retirement, but I am seeing here wrapping up a cycle, something coming to fruition by the end of 2023. Now, I'm also getting this energy with the coffin showing up here that yes, you're closing down a cycle, but some of you have been really hard on yourself. You may have even manifested some bumps and bruises, okay? Because they're giving me the bumps and bruises of life. So some of you may have a bruise that came out of, it seems like it came out of the blue, but sometimes the bumps and bruises can be about self-punishment. And I feel for some of you, you have been really hard on yourself, running yourself thin, or you've been overanalyzing, overworking, or just spreading yourself too thin is kind of what I'm getting here for you. That is what's coming to an end. For those of you who've been up in your head a little bit, maybe even about some sort of achievement or accomplishment here, I feel like you are releasing some of the burdens or the struggle, because I am seeing here in my mind's eye the 10 of Wands. Now, some of you, yes, you've been carrying a lot at this time, and it's time for you to either bring in others to lighten the load or take steps to release some anxiety, some stress, and some physical burdens that may have even affected your shoulders, your back, your neck region. Now, with the frame though, I do get that a lot of you are feeling a sense of renewal because you're releasing, and a lot of you have already started to release a lot of these things. This is about steady income coming in here. It's about organization skills, accomplishments. Some of you may even be getting certified. You could be going back to school. I just heard someone is going back to maybe get their bachelor's or get their master's here. Others of you, you may have a career as an art and designer, okay? Artistry, maybe you are interior design. For some of you, you work from home, you're self-employed, or you could be working with home builders. I'm getting a restructuring here, something that has to do with framework or framing here. Okay, I also get picture frames. So some of you, maybe that's part of what you do as a hobby. There could be like scrapbooking or picture framing, or you're looking at replacing some picture frames. Please take that as it resonates. But what we have showing up in the present month of November here is the coffin. Now, the coffin, yes, it looks scary, but this is about making choices that are better investments for your future, especially when it comes to retirement, especially when it comes to your health, and you're realizing that your health is your wealth. I'm going to repeat that. Health is your wealth. So for some of you, if you were in a very stressful, toxic situation, that's what you are putting an end to here. Now, you have gone through some financial ups and downs, I see. Now, it may be financial. It could be health challenges, because I'm getting pentacle energy, which can be about, earthly and physical material gains and losses, but it can also be about the health and the body. You're coming back. There's something here that is coming back to life. You are feeling like you're coming back to life here with this coffin. It gives me a little bit of the Judgment vibes here as well. You may have office work you are attending. Maybe you work a night shift, you work an odd job. Something is coming to an end here, and I feel like it's actually very beneficial. This coffin, even though it looks intimidating here, I feel like this is a good end, because what you have showing up in the near future, Aquarius, is the gold bar. This is about solid finances, investing in your integrity. Some of you are closing a chapter here because you're not compromising your integrity or your health or your, wellness, whatever this may be here, you're not going to settle for less than you deserve. I also get that someone may be walking away from an offer or a job because, again, you don't want to compromise here what values you have. This can be about banking. Some of you may have recently, maybe you opened up a savings account, or you've opened up some sort of account that's going to help you in the future. I also get here, some of you may work in the banking industry. Maybe you work behind the counter, or you work with a loan. I'm getting loan officer or a financial advisor, but this is about long-term positions. Whatever you are doing here and you are closing the door to, it's to open you up to this beautiful new beginning of unlimited possibility here and opportunities. So there is a long-term position that you are manifesting and attracting into the near future. And even if you are wanting to stay where you are at, I feel like there is an energy change. There's a shift. So some of you, maybe a boss is retiring. You could have people coming in to help you. There may be a complete overhaul of who is working at the company, or who's staying, who's leaving. So I am getting here a shift that's actually going to bring about a lot more satisfaction. Now, what we have over here for some of you, yeah, you are thinking about retiring because you have the resign and retire. Now, for some of you, you are retiring. You're putting in maybe a 2-week notice. You could be resigning from a job that may have been a little bit toxic, because you do see the caution tape here as well. But some of you are taking, you're not wanting to take a risk here because you are being a little bit cautious to embrace the future, to embrace the unknown. I mean, we are in unprecedented times. We don't know necessarily what's going to happen, but we know that there is a lot happening. So there's a lot going on in the economy on a global level. You may be wondering if the company that you work at is still going to be there in 5 years, or you may be wondering, is this something that I can do for, the rest of my time here in the corporate world, or working for yourself? So I feel like you're asking yourself some big questions. They are showing me the chess game, and there's actually a chess card that goes in this deck here. Let's take a look, because again, I feel there it is right behind the ornament. So for some of you, you definitely are taking a look at strategizing here, wise spending, because something turned out in the past where maybe you had to put a little money towards something. You may have had to cut your loss here. For others of you, you had to dig into savings. But this is about long game, Aquarius. Some of you, this is military, okay? You may be in a military background, or maybe you live near a military base. I also get, maybe due to the wars, right? Military, that could be an effect when it comes to some of these decisions that you are making here. You are a leader. I do sense that here. And sometimes we think of leader, we have to step up and take this level of responsibility. And I've had people comment and say, I don't want to be a leader. It doesn't mean that you have to be a CEO of a company, or you have to be, in charge of other people. It simply means here that you are stepping up and you are investing in, your future. It is that King or Queen of Wands energy where you are the one taking charge of your own destiny. And that's what I get here for you. So yeah, you're thinking things through at this time with that chess card, but something is coming to fruition, completion, or an ending of a cycle, I feel, by the end of 2023. Now, you also have here a debt being paid. This is great. Some of you, because we have that banking energy here, Aquarius, you are paying off a home, paying off a vehicle. You're working towards paying off maybe some credit card debt that you have. I just heard here someone is paying the last of maybe something medical. Okay, medical claim, medical insurance, or something that was owed due to medical bills, or maybe some sort of rehab or recovery. Please take that as it resonates, but you're working towards paying this off. If you may even be paying it off this year, but I feel like it's actually going to be paid off sooner rather than later. So if this is something you just opened up, you just went to the bank and got maybe a loan, it's going to be paid off sooner than you think. And then we also have a little bit of competitive energy. 5 of Wands energy here, but I don't mind seeing this competition. I'd much rather see this than the 5 of Swords, because look at these two. They realize that it's part of their roles that they are playing. That competition can be healthy, right? It's something that can actually grow their sense of independence, and it can help them grow financially, emotionally, physically, spiritually, because they're working together even though it feels like a competitive energy. So some of you are looking at your competitors and you're saying, well, what's growing, what's working, but you're also staying within your own true authenticity. But you're looking around you to maybe look at target market. You may be looking at prices. So for example, let's say you are in real estate and you want to price a home. You wouldn't just throw out a number at the top of your head, right? Say this home is worth $1,000,000, but yet the houses next to that home are only worth 300,000, and you mark that one up sky high. It's just not, not plausible. You would look at the homes around that area, and you'd kind of get a feel for your competitors, right? Or the market. So I feel like that's what you're doing here in order to maybe price. I'm getting pricing for those of you that are business owners. You may be looking at other businesses and saying, okay, what are they charging? What is the going rate here? That's kind of what I feel for you. Now let's dive in, Aquarius, to your main energy for career, finances, wealth, and abundance for the month of November 2023. Some of you need to up your prices is what I'm getting here. And you may be worried that, maybe people won't come to you, or maybe it's maybe the company that you are in needs to up their pay as well, because I'm getting here everything is inflating. Everything is kind of going up. We're seeing this everywhere, but I feel like there's something here that we need to keep up with. Okay. Something we need to keep up with, whether it's the people you work with paying you, it could be compensation. Maybe it's your own rates. Please take it as it resonates. What do we have here for Aquarius? Main energy, Ace of Cups, beautiful energy to start off. So you are opening your heart up to that, possibility to love what you do, be in that supportive, caring role, for you to be in a position of that safety and security that we talked about. Some of you may be focusing more in the near future around a side hobby, project, creative endeavors, or a business that you're trying to get off the ground, or maybe you already have gotten off the ground, but you're having new inspired ideas come in. This is the card of pure joy. It's the card of true fulfillment and divine inspiration. So for a lot of you, you are feeling inspired. Okay, you're inspired to take that class and inspired to open up that business or to move in a new direction. And it comes because you're closing the door, or you are reinventing yourself, right? With this coffin card, it's like you're coming back to life here after a time of feeling a little bit stuck, stagnant, or a little bit murky. I feel like some of you just didn't have the energy. I'm getting here walking zombie. I mean, maybe some of you, maybe you're dressing up as a zombie. Maybe some of you are watching a zombie show, but I'm getting here symbolically. Some of you just felt like a zombie. Weren't quite sure, the next steps or the next moves. All right, let's take a look. How would you like? Thank you, Spirit. So the challenge for you, or the block, is the Two of Wands. So possibly making a choice to stand on one's, foot, but it may feel a little bit imbalanced, right? Because you're not quite sure, is this going to work out? But I feel like what is imbalanced here is the thought process, or the mental thinking, the overthinking of a situation. Spirit is saying it's okay for you to just do it, because the flamingo, right? They are able to stand on one foot. They do so. Now, I'm not sure why they do so. If someone knows, go ahead and drop it. But they're able to balance, right? And I feel for you, you can do this. So whatever it is you're trying to balance up, maybe working in the corporate world, going off on your own. Maybe it's retiring, but yet doing some sort of creative endeavor. Perhaps it's finding that, in between, where you're able to focus, yes, your time and energy on what you have to do here to pay the bills, but then over here on your divine inspiration, maybe putting a little bit of time into writing that book or that screenplay, or journaling, or doing things that can help you grow. Maybe if you're not even, some of you aren't even seeing financial profit from something here on the side, but you will if you stay consistent within your efforts. Spirit is saying it's okay for you to take that first step, but there's indecision happening for you because of the unknown. Now, what's below you here? The Three of Swords, because you've been hurt, that's why, or you've been disappointed. Some of you have gone through a lot of grief, a lot of pain. I'm also getting some of you, now this is interesting, some of you may work in a funeral home, or you may be a funeral director. Some of you work with the death, or with aging, with dying. Okay, you could have had a brush with death yourself. And that may even be why you have the coffin card here with the Three of Swords. So I feel like your whole perspective, your whole shift on life is changing here, because you are coming out of this strife. It says here, emotional storm, but this is in the deep foundation. This is what you've already gone through here. And that's kind of shaped you to who you are today. But you're also, for a lot of you, you're turning something that was maybe a negative into a positive. You're turning some sort of pain into gain, even if you can't quite see it now, but I feel like you are. You're seeing glimmers. You're seeing bits and pieces of something that may have been difficult for you, how it can be in your favor, or you can benefit from it. Freedom from strife. Okay, some of you may have even worked in a company for many, many years. I'm getting 20. I'm getting 17 and 20. So some of you could have been in a position for 17 years, for 20 years, or maybe this is kind of going back to what you wanted to do 17 or 20 years ago, but for whatever reason, maybe you never got a chance to do it. Now you're reawakening that within with the death card. I really want to see the judgment, because I feel like this is a big change, and that trumpet horn is calling. Let's take a look and see what's going on in the recent past. The World. Yeah, closing this down. The macaw represents here a beautiful beginning with infinite possibilities. And we literally said those words verbatim in the beginning of your reading. Go back and rewind. I'm pretty sure we said there's a beautiful beginning coming in here to allow you to open up to infinite possibilities. So that's pretty neat here. So this is about sacred contracts, Aquarius. Okay, I'm getting someone with an M name, and possibly even an S. This could be initials, MS. I mean, maybe some of you, MS can be a diagnosis as well. Of course, please see the disclaimer. But I am getting here with this World, there's a completion. There is a closing here of a cycle, and it may have even happened around this eclipse season. Depending on when you're watching this video, I put these out a little bit early, so October, and we are in the midst of some powerful eclipses. So Aquarius, that eclipse is in the sign of Libra, one of them, and that's your fellow air sign. So yes, it's affecting you as well. So there's definitely some new beginnings coming in here for you. And the fear is to take that first step into the new beginning, because you've been hurt in the past. You've been disappointed. You've been let down. You're not quite sure, how is this going to work out? Am I going to fall straight on my face, right? Well, you're not going to know unless you try, right? You're not going to know unless you take that step forward. And I'm here to let you know that that step with the gold bar showing up talks about you deepening into your values. You're not going to step into quicksand and be succumbed to the deep, dark abyss, right? You've already gone through that. Even though there's a fear that it may happen again here, the gold bar represents that this is going to be satisfying for you. I'm really excited to see your outcome. Let's take a look here, Aquarius, at what's above you. Okay, they're bringing me back to that M name. Okay, I mean, that could be representing maybe mother or Mrs. or Mr. as well. Let's take a look at what's coming in. What's above you? What are you manifesting? What do we have here for Aquarius, please? The star, beautiful energy represented by the polar bear. The star is about healing. It's about hope and gifts from the Great Spirit. I mean, that polar bear looks really, I feel almost engaging. That's my perception. It feels very warming, very compassionate, very loving. And white is that energy of, purity as well. So I feel like there is a clean slate here for you to open yourself up, to open up your gifts. Because remember, you are part of the Great Spirit. You are a spark of the divine. And this is about healing from situations where maybe you've you've gone through a lot. There's been a lot of loss. There's been, challenges for you here, Aquarius, but this is about you having hope to move towards your dreams, to move towards maybe a better outcome than you've had in the past. So the star representing what's coming in for you, there's healing. And I do feel with this star, you could be an inspiration to others because you're coming out of this. And remember what we said about turning that pain into gain? You inspire other people to see things from a more maybe optimistic point of view, or to be able to see things in color. Okay, see things in color, which is interesting because this is white. And sometimes we see in black and white, but I feel like you are offering more color. Maybe you are wearing something very colorful at this time, and actually they're highlighting the macaw here, which is very colorful. So some of you could also see a rainbow in the near future, or maybe you've just captured a picture of a rainbow. Maybe you are starting to wear more bold colors than you have in the past. Maybe you are opening up to more color in your life. So I feel like this is really, really a great thing for you and the people around you, whoever you work with. Contracts that you make, clients, and just the people that are in your energy. There's a very vibrant healing energy coming from you. Some of you are healers. You may work in the medical or health profession. You may work in spiritual, holistic health. But if you do not, if you're a banker or an accountant, I feel like you've done a lot of personal healing that actually flows out into your career, whether you know it or not, and you're helping a lot of people. This is beautiful. In the near future, you have the chimpanzee representing the Two of Pentacles. And this is that balancing act as well. This is about going with the flow and having a little bit of fun, right? When you see chimpanzee, what's the first thing that you think of, right? You think, oh, these are fun creatures. They do all sorts of things, and they're very, family group oriented as well. So I feel like you are balancing up here your work life and your play life. You are making some decisions that are going to bring more balance into your world. When this Two of Pentacles shows up, some of you may even be comparing here. Where am I at? Where do I need to be, or where do I want to be? What is working? What is not? What are the pros? What are the cons? So Aquarius, yes, you're using your brilliant mind to weigh up some pros and cons, but I feel like you're also dropping into that heart center, or you may be guided to drop into the heart center with the Ace of Cups here as your overall energy, to ask yourself, how does this feel? Instead of what do I think about this? What's this pro? What's this con? You may be saying, how does this make me feel? How does that make me feel? So you're doing things a little bit differently, or maybe backwards from what you typically do, but it's going to pay off in a big way. And that may be the direction that guides you, and that you really can head down. That's going to shift and change that perspective on a greater scale. Let's take a look and see how you're feeling. How are you doing, Aquarius? I'm getting here boot. Does someone have a boot on their leg? Maybe a cast, or maybe you've hurt yourself. Maybe you're looking at new boots, because I'm getting the word boot. I mean, maybe you have a pet named Boot or Boots. All right, what do we have here for Aquarius, please? Thank you. The Firefly representing the Six of Wands. Beautiful. Look what you're doing. You're shining that inner light of yours. Baby, let your light shine, right? So I feel like this is a moment of glory for you. This is about you feeling like you have accomplished great things. This is about achievement, fame for some of you, being in the spotlight. It's victory and success. It's about being recognized for who you are, not just what you put out there, what you give, but on a deeper, authentic level. I do feel like your light is shining here. We just talked about that with the star partnered up with the Firefly. Look at all those little stars around there. So whatever it is that you're doing here, this should be your sure sign that you're able to move forward, that you're able to balance something up here, or to take that next step, to open your heart up to love, to compassion, to this unlimited here, infinite possibilities. So this is about, glory, because in the past you had a little bit of a fall with that Three of Swords. There may have been a fall from grace for some of you, or just maybe there was a little bit of humiliation, a little bit of shame. Possibly you felt overlooked, or you felt like you failed at a situation here. But on the way towards success, and you hear me say this so often if you've been following me, is we look at success over here and failure over here. We look at them as opposites, right? Polarities. But actually, failure is one of the stepping stones. If we're looking at it on a ladder type of spectrum here, failure is part of that step towards success, right? So something here you had to go through to get to this level of success. So when you can start viewing it from that point of view, instead of a separateness, instead of a failure or this huge thing that was so bad or so negative, or you want to push it aside, embrace it. Embrace some sort of Three of Swords energy here and give thanks for that, because it's leading you directly towards the Six of Wands. Be proud of who you are. Shine that light. Shine your gifts. Other people are proud of you as well. And some of you have a difficult time taking or receiving compliments, right? So if someone says to you, Aquarius, job well done, or Aquarius, you look really great in that sweater or that blouse, or that, that beard looks great on you. Whatever compliments you are getting, whether it has to do with your work, your physical appearance, your, inner self, whatever this is here, embrace it. Say thank you. Say, I appreciate that. It's been a long time coming. I've worked really hard on this. It is okay to accept compliments and not push them away. Some of you need to hear that. Let's take a look at the external environment. What's going on in your environment? What's going on around you? Ooh, okay. Some of you are going to hear or get an appraisal or some sort of appraise from a boss or someone that you least expect to appraise you or applaud you for a job well done. It could even be a parent. Maybe that's that M energy or S energy coming in. Someone is going to let you know that you've done a good job here. All right. How would you like these? Thank you, Spirit. So we have here your last three cards coming in, and we have the Three of Pentacles. Yep, you're moving up. You're taking that step. Remember, we have the Two of Pentacles here showing up for you in the near future, but in your environment, you are following your dreams. Maybe some of you are knee deep in research, right? And you're trying to balance at this time, maybe school, family life, maybe a 9-to-5, a business. So yeah, you have a lot going on here, I see, for you, Aquarius. But this is also about collaborating, bringing in people that can help you out, that can help ease some of the strain, some of the stressors. I also sense that there's someone in your energy or someone you are about to meet that is an educator, that is maybe a coach, a guide, a mentor, someone who can help you follow your dreams or take that step towards your dreams. It could be an influencer. It could be a book that you read. It could be someone here on YouTube. Whatever this is, or whoever this is here for you, you're able to collaborate with their energy. It doesn't mean that you have to be sitting face to face with them, but you are collaborating and resonating with their energy, and you're doing more research because of them or because of what you are stepping into here. And you're doing it in a way that brings you a lot of excitement, a lot of happiness, because it's taking steps towards those dreams that you have for yourself or your family. It's also about you. I'm hearing you're creating a legacy. You're creating here some sort of footprints that are going to be ingrained in all the lives that you touch, whether this is, your own family, whether it's clients, patients, people around you. They will be changed by being in your presence, because you know what it's like to change by being in someone else's presence. I hope that makes sense. Now, the fears here, the hopes and fears, you have the Tasmanian Devil representing the Five of Wands. Now, remember what we said earlier. We had the competition card come up, and I said this reminds me of the Five of Wands. But I said I'd much rather see that Five of Wands than the Five of Swords, because this Tasmanian Devil, this is about competition, of course, but it's about healthy conflict. It is about constructive criticism. And the fear here is, what if I take things too personally? Or what if this is not constructive? What if someone's just trying to sabotage me? Well, if that's the case, clear your energy, clear your space, set a healthy boundary, detach from that. Not my monkey, not my circus, right? Literally, not my monkey with a chimpanzee here. But for some of you, the fear is embracing the truth. That's a big fear. It's hard. Sometimes it's easier to hide from the truth than it is to show up in truth. Okay, I'm going to repeat that. Sometimes it's easier to hide from the truth. Maybe the truth is that we really don't want to be stuck in this job anymore. Maybe the truth is that we on a deeper level feel like we're not good enough for A, B, or C. Maybe the truth of the matter is that something is coming to an end, but we're having a difficult time embracing it. Whatever the truth is here, you're getting honest with. And in getting honest with it and facing something head on, you're able to resolve that conflict of dissonance and disconnect within. Okay, so 5 of Wands here. Someone around you may have a different opinion, right? We're always going to be in an energy where someone has a different opinion than us. It's just part of this growth, part of living here on earth. This is about us being able to accept, that we have our views and our beliefs, but can we be open to listening and to hearing other points of view, and vice versa? Can they be open to hearing yours? Or is something so ingrained within someone's belief system that it's sabotaging, that it's hurting, that it's destroying? And that's what you may be taking a look at and figuring out. Is this benefiting me? Is this hurting me? Right? Weighing up those options, pros and cons here. Now, your final outcome, you have the gorilla, whoa, king of the jungle energy here, representing the 7 of Wands. The 7 of Wands is the courage to act. It is the courage to have that achievement here. If we do not sabotage, right? And we have here self-sabotage, we have achievement, and we have courage. And I think because you're looking at this Tasmanian devil, this 5 of Wands energy, competitiveness, maybe you're looking at some of the competitiveness even within yourself, and you're saying, is this competitiveness coming from a place of, determination and strength and, healthy boundaries, or is this maybe more manipulative or coming from a place of fear? And you may be looking at other energies in that way as well and saying, okay, is this a manipulative, fear-based energy, or is this more of a, I'm determined to win, not at all costs per se? I mean, some of you, yes, but without stepping on the toes of others. Knowing that you can win, that you can achieve, that you can be successful here, but you don't have to feel that pressure all the time. You can live life on your own terms. Stand up for your beliefs, right? You have here protecting your values, your deep values, your morals, not compromising your integrity. I mean, that gorilla, he doesn't walk into the jungle and say, okay, I'm going to compromise my integrity today and I'm going to sabotage my success. No, people look up to this gorilla with pride, right? With maybe even a little bit of intimidation, but it's not because he wants to go out and rip everyone's head off, right? No, it is because he's built this up within himself. He's built that reputation. He's built that energy of strength. Not only has he gone through a lot, he's probably a big softy on the inside, right? He looks a little fierce, but I feel like the bark, so to speak, is louder than, what do they say here? The bark is more powerful than the bite or something like that. But I feel for you, this is more of that achievement because you do have accomplishment showing up. So I do feel for a lot of you with the 7 of Wands. The 7 of Wands is you letting your guard down a little bit in order for you to take that step. Okay, in order for you to find that balancing act and find where you can embrace your masculine and your feminine energies in order to be in the frequency of abundance that you truly desire. Okay, very beautiful messages here, Aquarius. Let's take a look and get a message here from the wisdom of the Oracle. What do we need to know for Aquarius in the month of November 2023? Oh, okay. Some of you, I'm just getting here, and this is interesting. Some of you could be buying a new water bottle, or maybe you just took a drink out of a water bottle. And I also see something here with maybe a metal. Is it a metal straw? Is what I'm seeing here. Do people drink with a metal straw? Yeah. So I'm getting here some sort of straw, or maybe you're washing it as you're listening to this. Please take it as it resonates. I mean, that could mean it's important for you to drink more water or stay hydrated as well. All right. Oh, you got the soulmate card. This is about a love for what you do. It's about partnerships. It's about soul contracts. And doesn't it say, yeah, the macaw here, literally, and this is two birds, right? This is about sacred soul contracts. So for some of you, your sacred soul contract is to be born again, in a sense, with the coffin. This is a new you arising. It's that phoenix energy. This is about you embracing partnerships, collaborations, connections, working together. It is about embracing that masculine and feminine within. So the soulmate energy, some of you may be 41 years old, or maybe you are born on the 5th. All right, let's get a message here from the Shaman's Dream Oracle. We will read the message from the guidebook. These are really deep, y'all. This is a really, excuse me, a really beautiful new deck from the Shaman's Dream. It's a new deck to me anyway, Colette Baron Reed. For those of you that are interested in any of the decks used during your reading, you can find all of this information in the description box below your reading. Wow, you have the Garden of Venus. This is powerful here because this is about rest and renewal. Card 25. Some of you are born on the 25th. I'm also getting 25 could be a significant number for you. Maybe, and as I said that, I seen 52, which 25 backwards. So maybe you're 52. Some of you have 25 in your address or your phone number, I'm hearing as well. Now, this is the place that all is well. It's about self-acceptance, rest, and renewal. And the message, Aquarius, is this. When the Garden of Venus appears, you are invited, actually, you're summoned, to return to the pleasure garden of love. It is time to leave the field of battle. Put your sword away. There is nothing you need to defend anymore. Oh my gosh. The Seven of Wands is about defense, defense energy, right? Letting that guard down. Put your sword away. There is nothing you need to defend anymore. Step through the gate into the garden of earthly delights. Bask in the joy of the wish-fulfilling trees and the scent of the healing flowers. You have returned home. You are weary, and it is time to rest deeply and be renewed. Go into this sacred garden alone, as there is no need for another to be present to experience its pleasures. Really stop looking for the other. Enter by yourself. Allow your senses to intoxicate you. Leave all thought behind you. Lose your analytical mind and return to your body. In the Garden of Venus, Aquarius, there is still a pond. There is a still pond that shows you your reflection when you stoop down to drink. Who is that staring back at you? Look at who you have become. Rinse your face with these healing waters and practice deep acceptance. Love who you have turned into with all your imperfections and blemishes. The goddess Venus holds a mirror that allows you to see yourself in all your flawed beauty. Do not become caught in its spell. After a quick glance, take the mirror with you and return to the battlefield, that you may reveal to others who they are becoming. Then you will no longer have a use for your sword. Whoa, this is powerful. I have full body goosebumps here. For some of you, we said this with the star card. You may shine your light so brightly at times, Aquarius, that it forces others to look at their imperfections. But that may be part of your journey, right? You may, in a way, you may shine that light on other people. And that may be why at times you question, why is this such a lonely path? Or why is this so difficult at times? Because there is this magical, powerful healing ability about you. And you've come here with a great purpose, great mission that you are currently living. It's not something you have to go out and find. You don't have to find it. It's already here within you. We just need to embrace it. We need to accept it. And this is about rest and renewal. So again, enter that Garden of Venus. Put your sword down for a bit with the Five of Wands, even though it's a wand, right? Put your wand down for a bit and, let that guard down with the Seven of Wands. So we don't come back to the battlefield with that energy of sabotage, because that's not who you want to be, right? That's not the energy that you want to embrace. It is about you letting go of some of the harsh words, circumstances, situations, or energy that has been thrust upon you from the outside world at times, that maybe even was manifested due to your own actions, okay? So not being so hard on yourself. And that was a message in the very beginning of your reading as well. Now, last but not least, let's get a few messages from your spirit animals, Aquarius. And at this time, I just ask if you can, take a nice deep breath in from the solar plexus chakra, the belly area. And with your eyes closed, Aquarius, take one more nice deep breath in from the solar plexus. And upon your exhale, I want you to imagine the first animal or animals that show up in your mind's eye. This could be an animal that flies high in the sky or swims deep in the sea. Perhaps your animal is wild, magical, mystical, or even domesticated. Perhaps your animal has crossed over the rainbow bridge. Maybe they visited through your dreams or passed you in the great outdoors. There is no right or wrong answer, Aquarius. And if you need a moment, just come back when you are ready. And for those of you that would like to be entered into the free reading giveaway, all you need to do is drop your power animals in the comment box below your reading, and I personally will enter you into the giveaway where one lucky winner is drawn around the 1st of each month and posted right back here on the channel. So let us get your messages here. We have Frog Spirit. It says, clear the clutter. Yeah, clear that mental clutter, physical clutter, emotional clutter. It's time to enter that garden of Venus and release, right? Release in the healing waters. And you see here the lily pad, the frog on the lily pad. So there is this energy shift of, being able to take that leap. But until you clear out this clutter, it's going to be difficult for you to take the leap because you'll feel bogged down is what I'm getting here. Some of you may be born on the 1st, the 12th, or the 28th. Some of you may be 60 years old. You have the Swan Spirit. Time for a deep dive. Dive into the 5 of Wands. Dive into the healing waters. Dive into some of the beliefs that you have, right? Time to turn that pain into gain here. So yes, it may be difficult diving below the surface, but remember, it's not quicksand. You're not going to get bogged down. You're going to be able to emerge a better, greater, happier version of you. Okay, but accepting all of those pieces of you. So acceptance here for the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between. Next, you have Ant Spirit. Time to collaborate. Yeah, this is about the missing pieces. I mean, ants work together. It's part of that soulmate energy as well. So even though you're entering into the Garden of Venus by yourself, because we can't take anybody there with us. We're not supposed to, right? It's our own healing journey. It's not up to anyone to fix us, and it's not up to us to fix anyone else. But when we come back, we don't have to fight with that sword, right? We can collaborate, and it feels stressful at times with that 5 of Wands energy showing up in your challenge, or in your hopes and fears. But I do sense that, yes, you're putting your wand down and you're finding more constructive and healthy ways to communicate with others. It's also card 1. There's your new beginnings, beautiful beginnings here that lead you to infinite possibilities. And lastly, you have the Canary Spirit. Sing your own song. But in order to do that, it's important to shift and change that perspective, because it's card 12, which is the Hanged Man. So surrender and march to the beat of your own truth, your own authenticity, your own unique divine expression. Okay, so sing your own song. You have what it takes here, Aquarius. You are an amazing, beautiful, intelligent, divine, handsome, right? It doesn't matter if you're male or female, but you've come here to Earth, which it's not a very easy place to be, right? We are, and I've been saying this in all of my readings lately, because it's important to note that you chose to come here. And because you chose tells a lot about you, on a soul level, that you are brave enough, that you are willing, that you are ready, and that you have everything within you to accept this experience and to grow and to evolve from it. That is what I have for you, Aquarius. I hope it resonates. If so, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button. It certainly helps get the divine channeled messages out there to those that need it most. And it certainly helps the growth of the channel, which I greatly appreciate. I would love to see those power animals. Drop them in the comment box below. I do read each and every one of them. And lastly, if you're vibing with the energy here and you haven't already hit that subscribe and bell button, please do so. Thank you so very much for your time, your energy, your support, and your love. Till next time.